Namaste everyone and welcome to our continued study of Patanjali YogSutra. And today is the last class and we are going to do the verse number from 30 to 34. There are 34 verses in this Kaivalya Paad. So last time we did the verse number 30 and just to refresh our memory, the verse 30 says Tata klesha karma nivrutti. Tata means from that. From what? From verse number 29. So verse number 29, we studied about Dharma Meg Samadhi, means a final culmination of Samadhi, Dharma Meg Samadhi. And from when yogi reaches the Dharma Meg Samadhi, from there, from that, what happens? Tata klesha karma nivrutti. From dharma make samadhi, you get into klesha karma nivrutti. Means yogi is now devoid of any kleshas and therefore any karmas. Kleshas, we studied that before. There are five panch kleshas and they are avidya, asmita, raga, dvesh, abhinivesh. These five are the troublemakers and they are the ones which initiate the karmas. So, with Dharma Meg Samadhi, yogi enters a stage where he is done with kleshas and karmas. Means there is nothing left for yogi to do. So that is the verse number 30. So once the yogi reaches to that stage, then he is what we call Jivan Mukta or free. And unless we go through these stages, we are always and we will always remain bound by our karmas and the resulting rewards of the karmas, good karmas or bad karmas, good results, bad results. But we are bound with those, and that's why the life will continue one after the other, unless the one becomes knowledgeable and understands about Atman as well as about body and about the Prakriti. So, and that's Lord explains that clearly in Bhagavad Gita and many times. So that was the last verse, and what after that the verse number 31st. So when you are done with karma, so you are done with karma because you are done with kleshas. So there are no kleshas and karmas. So what happens now? So that verse number 31st says, Tada sarva. Tada means then. This is yada tada slok. When this happens, these thing will happen. Yada tada. So tada sarva varan malape tasya. Tada sarva varana means it is avarana, but a is silent. So tada sarva avarana means coverings. Mala means impurities. Tada sarva avarana mala पेतस्य ज्ञानस्य अन्त्यात् ज्ञानस्य means the knowledge which is anantyat, the knowledge which is limitless becomes known to the yogi. So that is anantyat, and then what happens? Gneya alpa. And what is to be known or the world becomes alpa, means negligible, tuchha, means it is not of importance. So when you are done with the karmas and kleshas and karmas, then the yogi gets uh, his mind gets clear of all the avarana, means all the curtains, layers of ignorance, avarana, as well as the impurities, means raga, dvesha, vinivesh, and all impurities. Means, means their curtain of ignorance is gone, and impurities in the mind, which accumulates over the whole life and prior lives, that is gone. And when that is gone, what happens? That you see Atman, which is Ananta Gnana, means endless knowledge of Atman is become accessible to yogi. And therefore, the worldly things become alpa or very little of no significance. Now he is not interested anymore in the worldly things. That's what the sutra says. So he is now totally gifted. Now he's a Gnani, he's a Jivan Mukta, he's an Atma Gnani, he's a Buddha. He has come to know the Atman. He has separated very clearly. We all did it. So very clearly, Atman is separated from Anatman, means worldly things, means mind, intellect, and worldly things. And Atman are separated, means he has a tremendous viveka. And because of that, he gets to know the knowledge about the Atman, which is Ananta. Means yogi becomes all knowing. All knowing means not that he will know everything in the world. If he comes here and if we are going to Washington, he wouldn't know how to go to Washington. Not that kind of knowledge. But he has the ananta knowledge of Atman. So he becomes all knowing, means all knowing nature of Atman is known to the yogi. Not that he becomes a neurosurgeon, he becomes a plastic surgeon, or he will know the worldly thing. He could care less about that because now he knows the Atman, which is all peace and bliss. So he's a Brahma Gnani, means he's happy, rejoicing, and complete. The feeling of he being incomplete is gone. That's what it means. So that's what Lord Krishna also tells Arjuna in the beginning. And he says that Arjuna, when you become knowledgeable about Brahman, yavan arth udappane sarvatra samplutodake, tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanita. Arjuna, when you become knowledgeable about Brahman, Brahman means all the creator. Brahman means God. Brahman means God, and we are part of God. So Atman and Brahman, same thing. One is a miniature, one is a huge one. So once you know that, Yavan artha udappane sarvatra samplutodake. It's a beautiful sloka. Means when the Gnani or an individual becomes knowledgeable about Brahman, then it is like a small puddle or a small well. What is the significance of that when there is a floods all over and the water is spread all over? So, what is the significance of that little well or a little pond? That is the significance of knowledge of the scriptures when one knows the Brahman. यावन अर्थ उदपाने सर्वत्र संप्लुतोदके तावन सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्रह्मणस्य विजानीता. That's why Lord says that become gunatit, and
Audio.
he instructs him that Trigunaye Visaya Veda. That slope prior to that comes Trigunaye Visaya Veda Nistriguna Bhavarjuna Nirdvando Nitya Sattvastho Nira Yoga Kshemam Atmavan. He says that Arjuna, I created these Vedas. These Vedas have 100,000 verses. These Vedas are catering to all kinds of human beings, not only yogis, but Rajasic, Sattvic, Tamasic. So, three gunae, it caters to all three gunas. Three gunae means for whole humanity. Three gunae Visaya Veda. Nistri guna bhava Arjuna. Arjuna, you become beyond that. Nistri guna bhava Arjuna. And then he says, Nirdvando means pairs of opposite. Nirdvando Nitya nitya sattvastho, always established in sattva, nitya sattvastho, niryoga kshemam atmavan, and always established in atmavan. That's what I want you to become. That's what God says. I want you to be beyond the Vedas. Vedas are for everybody, for king and the farmers and politicians and for every human being. So three guna hai visaya Veda, nistri guna Arjuna. You go beyond the gunas, nistri. Nirdvando, without opposite, pairs of opposite, go beyond that. So the one who has the sukha, dukkha, success, failure, everything is same. Nirdvando, nitya sattvastho, always established in sattva, means peaceful, blissful, nitya sattva. Nira yoga kshema matman. You're not even worried about your existence and your maintenance in this planet. So that, and नित्य नित्य सत्वस्थो योगक्षेम. Beyond that, Atmavan means be one established in Atman, like a Dhanvan, Rupavan, Gunavan. Same way, Atmavan, always established in consciousness. That's what happens to the yogi when he is beyond this. So that is when all the layers are gone. So that is the verse number 31st. That tada sarva varana malape, means avranas are gone, means all impurities are gone. And then the knowledge of Atman, which is Ananta, becomes available to the yogi, and then the world appears negligible and like a game for the children. So that's what the significance is. So, and unless one gets this knowledge about Atman, about mind, about functioning of the mind, about the Prakriti, means whatever we see and experience, unless we have that, then you forget about the liberation or a moksha or a nirvana, because the bondage is because of ignorance and the treatment is knowledge. Unless the knowledge comes, that part you will not have. You will become a happy being, you will get better birth, you will be born to a millionaire's place, whatever that, because depending on your karmas. But you will never be a liberated soul. So that's what Acharya Shankaracharya ji beautifully explains. Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam. It comes in Bhaj Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam Vratpali Palanam Athva Danam Grana Vihina Sarvamatena Muktim na Bhajati Janma Satena. Acharya says that even after hundreds of births, you cannot have a liberation unless you have this knowledge about the Atman and about the Prakriti. Even though you go and do the pilgrimages, means Kurute, Ganga, Sagar, you go pilgrimages, go to all the places. Vrata Palipalan, no matter how many vows you keep or fasting you do, Vrata Palipalanam, Athvadanam, means even you become the greatest charitable human being. Gnana Vihina, without knowledge, Gnana Vihina Sarvamatina, means all the big scriptures, all our darshana says that without knowledge, the liberation, mukti, nirvana is not possible. So that's why we did 195 verses, which infuse the knowledge from multiple directions, and that's what now it explains that is very, very important. And if you have this knowledge step by step, like I have knowledge of cardiology step by step, which took years and years, then I become a good cardiologist. Similarly, yogi step by step understands the spiritual science. He touches God guaranteed. There is no ifs or buts or not a favoritism, or only certain people will get it. Whoever goes to medical school does these and follows the books and method. he will become the finest cardiologist, whether he is from east, west, or in between. So that's what it means. So knowledge is extremely important, and there are no secrets. There are no secrets. God says that on spiritual path, your success is guaranteed. I will walk with you. I will be your railing. I will be your torch. And your success and gold medal is assured if you don't drop out. So that much guarantee God gives. It is not an Olympic that you say that only there are limited medals. Here, everybody gets it. Those who follow that. So the next one, next verse, 32nd verse. Now we are going at the peak. So one after the other, they become clearer and more powerful. So now it says tata, means when you have done all this, tataha कृतार्थानाम ततः कृतार्थानां परिणाम क्रम समाप्ति गुणानाम. Beautiful verse. Tata means now. After you have this discrimination, after all your curtains are gone, impurities are gone, and you are dedicated, then what happens? Krutarthanam means you are krutartha, means you krutya means your mission on this planet is accomplished now. Krutartha. Kruta, artha. Kruta means done. Done with. Kruta, artha means your purpose is served. The purpose of human body is served now. So tata krutarthanam parinam krama. Then the sequence of parinam means the result, and krama means sequence. Parinam krama samapti gunanam means gunas stop functioning. Very important. When this clarity comes and when you reach at this stage, then the gunas which were dictating our life, all our life, and will continue to do, those gunas come to a halt because there is no more purpose for these gunas of Prakriti to function and entice or scare us. Again, Tata means once your layers are gone, once you become Gnani, then the activities of gunas, means Sattva, Rajas, Tama, they stop functioning for you. They will continue to function for others, but for you, they stop. So Tataha Krutarthanam is the one who is done. Krutya means he is accomplished, mission accomplished. Tata Krutarthanam Parinam Krama means the result comes for gunas. Gunas reach their capacity and they return back. Means now the gunas are not going to affect yogi. So he is gunatit, beyond gunas. So samapti, gunanam samapti. So that is the highest reward. Just to recapitulate that our whole functioning, that we are essentially, nature is Atman, then started this Panch Mahabhuta, then came the ego, which is a part of intellect, then came intellect, and then came senses and interaction with the world. Now the yogi has reversed that process. So we started like this descending order. Yogi is going against that and cleared all these hurdles as well as these things which are normally not known to the human being unless we make an effort. And with that, now he has understood very clearly that what I see in the world is the result of nothing else but interaction of gunas, sattva, rajas, tama. And my senses are perceiving that and reporting to my mind and creating the disturbances that called chitta vritti. So they remember the Chitta Vritti Nirodha, that is yoga, the second sutra. So Chitta Vritti means modifications of our mind. Once you understand and halt it, then the mind becomes serene lake and you will see the Atman. So the yogi has done this. So the gunas are the reason we are all different. Otherwise, from outside we all look same. Anatomically, we are same. Whether I do dissection for a white man, black man, brown man, everybody is an artery now. Everything is the same place, same constitution, same everything. So anatomically we are same. Physiologically we are same. The breathing, circulation, everything. But functionally we are totally dissimilar. Totally. No two people are similar. No, not two children are similar. Even the twins are not similar. Why? God says that that's because of me. That is how I have created the creation. So, and he explains there. Where does he explain? Again in Bhagavad Gita. In what chapters? In Vibhuti Yoga. When he shows the glories, his creation. That time he says, Buddhirgnanam sammoha, fourth, fifth sloka. No? Buddhi, listen, this one is beautiful. Huh? So, Buddhi gnana asammoha. Buddhirgnanam asammoha. Sama dukha sukha sama. Means all these qualities are are I have put it. So buddhir gnana sammoha sama buddhir gnana sammoha sama satyam dhamma sama sukham dukkham bhavo bhavo bhayam cha abhayamev cha अहिंसा समता तुष्टि तपोदानम यशो यश भवन्ति भावा भूतानां मत एव पृथग्विदा. He tells Arjuna that these 20 finer qualities, I have put it in a different proportion in all beings. Starting from buddhi means not buddhi, gnana, knowledge, asammoha, no, without confusion, buddhi, gnana, sammoha, kshama, satyam, dhamma, sama, sukha, dukkha, bhava, being, bhava, abhava, not being, bhava, bhava. Bhayam cha bhayam eva cha. Ahimsa, samta, tusti, contentment, tusti. All these 20 qualities I have put in different proportion in different beings. That's why people are different. And the one who understands these and makes use of its gift means the one whoever uses the computer the best way gets the best result. No? So similarly, if we know these and make the use, then you get the best result. And Lord tells that in 15th chapter, at the end, iti guhe tamam sastram. 15th chapter is complete sastra, 20 slokas. Iti guhe tamam sastram idam uktam maya naga etad buddhva buddhimansat krut krutyascha bharat. Arjuna, whatever I stated you in these 20 slokas, iti guhyatamam shastram idam means the way I explained to idam uttam maya anaga means sinless anaga maya. Etad buddhva buddhiman sat, knowing that and understanding buddhimans krutta krutyascha bharata, you will be accomplished and your mission on the planet is done. That's where the word krut krutya comes. And same thing, Patanjali mercy is equals krut krutya. Means there is nothing more that is left now. So it is like Jammu, Jammu, Kashmir, and Palia. That's how I remember. जो जानना था वो जान लिया, जो पाना था वो पा लिया, जो करना था वो कर लिया, जे के जम्मू कश्मीर पा लिया। Means whatever was to be done, whatever was to be known, whatever is to be done, all three are done. Means you are krut, krutya. So, so God says what is called krut, krutya. So understand that. Then the 33rd verse is telling us what is time. Kshana means what is time, means the smallest fraction of time. What is parinam, and what is how the prakriti is functioning and fooling us. That's what it explains. So here it defines the krama, means sequence, and functioning of prakriti. So it says kshana प्रतियोगी परिणाम अपरांत निर्गाह्य क्रम. Kshana is the smallest segment of a time is called kshana. Smallest segment of a material thing is called atom. Smallest segment of a time is called kshana, means minutest time which you cannot further claim. So the kshana pratiyogi means getting together. All these multiple kshana is like multiple atoms makes the form. So even the hand, even the phone, even the computer, whatever is made up of multiple small atoms. So if a physicist sees, he will see that. So the the Prakriti is made up of these minute moments which continues all the time. So when we say time is an illusion, and that is true, there is nothing like time. It is the multiple events put it together. So Kshana Pratiyogi means to come together. Kshana Pratiyogi, and it results into something that's called Parinama. Parinama, aparanta means at end. At the end, what parinam happens because of multiple small events or time events, and that is which is graspable, nigraya, that is called krama, that is called sequence. But these happen so subtle, so silently that we are not aware of it. We just become victim of that, or we are rewarded because of that. Example, a 2-year-old baby, you see, the Prakriti is working on that baby ceaselessly, every second, every minute from the time that we are born. So that changes, but it is not visible to us. We play with the baby 5 days, 10 days. It is not visible for years till the baby is 12 years old and doing the bicycling with, and we say, oh, he's now riding a bicycle. But it did not happen overnight. That was the every minute minute or akshana were put together, and only thing you could see is the result, that now he's a smart kid and doing that. But when it was happening, you did not know. Another example, so we all were beautiful, handsome with black head, as a black hair and everything. Over the years, the hair became gray, they became thinned out and disappeared. Did it happen overnight? No. But it happened at on a particular day? No. It happened minute by minute by minute. Only when the result came, you say, oh my God, I have gray hair everywhere now. So only thing you are aware about is the parinam, but the sequence is not known to us. That is called prakriti. And that is what brings the rewards, good, bad, everything. No? So that is how the kshana is defined. That's how the action of prakriti is defined. And we remain in the darkness till say, oh, pata hi nahi chala, life is gone, and I was 45 and now I am 75. And he will be 95 and will be done also. So, but those things are not known to us. That's why it's called illusory. So, so that is what Patanjali Maharishi explains. And the last verse now he explains says, Purusharth Sunyanam, Purusharth Sunyanam, Gunanam Pratiprasava Kevalya. So now he defines what is Kevalya or Moksha or liberation. Again, Purusharth Sunyanam, Purusharth, made up of two words, Purush and Artha. Purush means Atman, Purush, Artha means the purpose of our soul. Purusharth Sunyanam means it is done with. The purpose of my Atman, which is essential nature, is now finished. Purusharth Sunyanam is done with. What is the purpose of whole this drama that God made us and send us here? That the purpose is to realize the soul. There is no other purpose. It was not to go to Bahamas and Bermudas or that we do, all of us do it, and we are victims of that. But that was not the purpose. The purpose of human life means Purusha, means Atman, which got a body and everything, was to realize Atman and be free. If you don't do it, he will send you again and again and again, countless times. So, unless we know and we work on it, it's an active process. You will be subject to punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare sayanam. ये संसारे खलु दुस्तारे कृपया पारे पाहि मुरारे. Shankaracharya. That, oh God, save me. No one in the right mind wants to be upside down for 9 months and keep coming to the world if he has a choice. No, but we don't have choice. No, so we are subject to this. We have a choice to realize and be free. That is the choice we have. But we are too busy to understand that, and then we go empty hand. No, so that's what. Happens to all of us. So Purusharth Sunyanam means Purusharth, the purpose of soul and our existence. Gunanam Pratiprasava. And these three gunas with 20 minor assets and modifications, Gunanam Pratiprasava. Prasava means delivery. So Prasuti Graha, no, so that's a Gujarati Hindi word. Prasuti. Prasuti means delivery. Prati Prasava means reversing the process of delivery from one cell, two cells, 14 cells, 18 cells, multiplication, and a human being is created. To reverse the process of gunas, it's called Prati Prasava. Means gunas we defunct gunas. So gunanam prasava, that is called kevalya, means you are now left alone. Keval means alone. Kevalya means the status of being alone. So kevalya means I am alone. I was alone to start with as an Atman, and all these modifications and all those assets and equipments were added onto me to function in the world. By proper understanding of these, now I have separated all those things. I separated my body, I separated my mind, I separated my intellect, I separated Prakriti, I separated Gunas, and by separating one by one, Prati Prasava, I came to only oneness or Kevalya. It's called Keval. So again, Purusartha Sunyana means the purpose of Atman is done with. But whatever is our prarabdha given to us in this birth, we will last here for that much time. But now you are not subject to the gunas or prakritis or happening in the world. Means you are a jivan mukta gunatit, free of any afflictions of the world. And you are rejoicing and enjoying the real world. So far, we were actor and suffering. Now you are a spectator and you are enjoying, and it is not touching you. So that's what it is. Purusartha sunyanam gunanam pratiprasava kevalya. That's called kevalya. Or it says swarupa pratishtha va iti. Swarup means you are established in your own original form. That is Atman. Swarup Pratishtha Nam means now you are established in Atman. So far we were established in our mind, intellect, and body. So somebody insulted and somebody avoided me and I got something and I lost something. We were doing that mischief for the whole life. Understood that, and now you are established in your Atman, and that is called Kevalya. So it says, it defines Kevalya two ways that you understood in theory and with analysis, as well as now your mind has established in your Atman. Mind is nothing else but a reflected consciousness. So our Atman was throwing the light on our mind, but that light we were using to see the world. When that light is reflected back on Atman, you understand Atman. That's what we will do when we see Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. That's what he explains. So when you can understand that I am not this mind, body, intellect, and that mind, instead of using it to understand cardiology, if you use that to understand Atman and look at Atman, you are Atmagnani. It's exactly the process, theory, and as detailed as physics, but works on a subtle thing. And if you do that, then you are established in Atman. So it says Pratishtha Va means another way to define that. Iti means thus this chapter and the whole scripture ends. Always scripture starts with atha yoganu sasanam, and now it says iti. So that's how it goes, and I hope it is very clear. And we tried our best, and with examples and so many theories and everything. It takes time, profound lot of time to understand this and to remember and put it to practice. But it is perfect science. That's why that is called Yoga Shastra, like Bhagavad Gita. So Brahma Vidya, Yoga Shastra, Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. So Bhagavad Gita is both Brahma Vidya and Yoga Shastra. So these two combination is Bhagavad Gita. So we learned Bhagavad Gita, we learned Yoga Shastra, we learned so many scriptures. So if you have any question, you can ask. And next lecture, we will keep it and go over all the sutras, important ones, and see that how they are connected and which one are important for us to remember and use it in our life. No, we don't want to learn this. We are doing it for more than a year, 2 years, and then just it fades away without giving us anything. So important sutras we want to understand and memorize. So whatever you memorize is yours. Otherwise, it belongs to Google. So okay.
Thank you, Dr. Chokshi. Any questions for Dr. Chokshi, please?
I have not exactly question, but one observation. You mentioned that the same mind which you apply to learn cardiology if we apply towards Atman, then you understand that. So generally we hear that you bring certain sanskaras from your previous birth. So there will be some people who would be quick to grasp it. Some people wouldn't even have enough interest to pursue it. So say something about it, please.
Yeah, that is true. That is we are all with a different composition. If my composition is more sattva, I will have predilection for the scriptures, knowing about Atman, knowing about God, and becoming godly and better. If I'm if I had all karmas in the past which were rotten and I'm loaded with tamas, then I will not have any liking for this. I will avoid it and I will go totally empty hand. So, but this possibility is for everyone to try. So even the most naughty or notorious person can change and has this possibility available to him. Whether he makes use of it or not, that is his free will. So if the free will is used in a right way towards God, that's called bhakti. And then he will understand these one after the other, and he's the same way a yogi can get it, even a criminal will, like Valmiki is, greatest example in the scripture, and many more people who have suddenly changed from being bad to very good. So that is possible.
So I
But
have
you
a
said
question here.
very true that is everybody is different. So that's why we are different. No, not everybody is going to become a liberated soul. So that the God says, okay, you come back. Then no, you go and then you come back. But everybody has these urge to know the ultimate truth, no matter even Hitler has that urge, because it's like everybody feels thirsty, everybody feels a little bit thirst towards the realization. So for everyone has that. That is called universal law. God says that is built in, for more or less degrees, and where you put your free will, that's what will decide. I decided to put it in this, so I'm a beneficiary. If I did not, then I might be playing a golf somewhere, or doing the ballroom dancing, somewhere. No, I'm telling you, when people retire, they make up their choices. Then what I'm going to do? Going to play cards, or going to go to Atlantic City, or go to Bahamas, or maybe you will have to do it. There is no option. You cannot be a inactive guy. So you better make a good choice.
I think, I mean, what Ashokji asked, I think that's a very good question. But
But the
I'm,
answer I gave, that is very good answer also.
yes, I'm coming
Yeah.
to that. I'm coming to
Yeah, no. So question is very good, because this is a usual question. There is nothing in the question. There is nothing in the answer. These
yeah.
things are known, but we grasp it or not. That is important. No.
Yeah, so I think to grasp it, it is the knowledge and the desire which is important. Once we have knowledge, even though we have bad karmas from our past life, once we gain knowledge,
Yes.
we can realize what is right and what is wrong, and we can change
Yes.
our path. That's what
I
is
don't
important.
think so. It is like that because, like a Rishi Muni, are also tempted once they will see a beautiful Nari.
No,
No,
So
no.
no,
how?
no.
Yeah, these are
Those
true.
stories, Shraddhaji, those stories emphasize that these senses are very powerful. So even if you reach it high, you can fall down. The Shankaracharya tells every minute. So you remember that sloka we said, do it with care, with great care, because you are liable to fall down, because these are the tricks of the Prakriti. So there is nothing faulty with the Rishi Munis, but every human being is subject to this.
I have a question, Atulji. Like you said that all yogis, when they get the knowledge and they do not have any satagunu, rajgunu, and tamagunu left, do they really get moksha or they still have something left in to gain, to get moksha, to come back in this world?
No, that once you are beyond gunas, you are liberated. The gunas of Prakriti binds it. Prakriti means of mind, intellect, and the creation binds us. When you understood and release the grip of that, you are free. So you are a Jivan Mukta. But he has to live the life because of his prarabdha karma. We all come with the prarabdha karma.
Mm-hmm.
And that Prarabdha karma gave Atul Chokshi, you will live for 78 years or 85 years. So I have to finish 85 years. And on 85th year, I will disappear. No? So till then, you have to do something and continue. Even if you are a Jivan Mukta, you will be enjoying and free. You will not be subject to anxiety, tension, worries, wanting. All those things will disappear.
Thank you.
So basically, your desires are roasted at that point.
Yes.
You
So,
don't
so
have any more desire. And the knowledge which you pursued, and that gave you the power of discriminating power of a vivek and also dispassion for vairagya.
yeah,
So that elevates you and making you away from all this. You are not binded by any gunas. So you are gunatit.
yes. So this such a person looks at the world as if it is a children's play. Let them play. I could care less. Like little children, they play with the fake money and make a house, and one becomes doctor and one becomes a nurse, and they play. The same way yogi looks at us. That okay, let them play. No. But to him personally, he has no interest in acting in the world. So instead of an actor, he is a witness. He's a observer. He's an audience. He's not on the stage anymore. He's in the audience. So he says that okay, God's creation is going on. I have nothing to do with God. Good thing happens, bad thing happens. It's all fine with me. Good is fine, bad is fine, life is fine, death is fine, everything is fine with me. That's what when happens, he is an observer.
So how come the Vishnu takes a Mohini Swarup and then कितने भी कैवल्य ज्ञान वाले ऋषि मुनि को भी नीचे गिरा देते हैं?
But that's what the Rishi Munis wrote that they themselves wrote that this we are subject to these senses, and so be very careful. So it happens slowly, and 99% of people don't become fall down to Mohini. They could care less about Mohini. Mohinis are gone and done with. So these are some rare example in the
No
scripture.
guarantee.
Yes, but no, look at how many people achieved their goal. There's hundreds and thousands, countless yogis.
Yeah.
Just focus on Ramakrishna mission and their yogis.
No, you are
Or
absolutely
any
right for that.
Chinmayanand mission and those swamis, and they spend a lot of years and are successful in achieving whatever they want. Not everybody goes back to the ladies, no. Those who are going to go back to the ladies, they will never go on this side, no, to start with. So very rarely those examples are there to educate the yogis. Be careful, no. After all, this can cause you trouble. So that's why in Swaminarayan Sampradaya, they don't even look at the woman. They say we don't want to look, no. So they look down and they are absorbed in God. Not that they are against the woman. No, they have the greatest respect for woman, but they don't want to be messed. That's one. That's Bhagwan Swaminarayan advised that way, and countless sadhus were beneficiary of that.
They are smart. They don't let their weaknesses win.
Yes. Most of us are very busy in the world, and we want to hold on to the world. That is the problem.
That's true.
We want to hold on till the nursing home and for till we die, till we go to funeral home. No?
वो नग्न सत्य है, definitely.
Yes, so you know that. So then that's why God says the work on it. No?
I just want to get a clarity on Dharma Meda Samadhi when you said, and similar to Jivan Mukta. So at that stage of Jivan Mukta, you are free of cycle of birth and death.
Yes.
Correct?
These are increasingly higher status. No?
Higher state.
And they are all connected one by one. Dharma means all goodies will be showered onto you like a rain. Rain comes in streams.
Right.
So all good qualities, all virtues, all godly gifts will be showered onto you. You will be soaked with it. So dharma mega
Samadhi.
samadhi.
Yeah.
Means it's not that you got few sprinkles. You are soaked with with goodies.
Mm.
But when that happens, when you are doing non-stop this for months and years, and then there is nothing else that you would rather be doing, so it becomes your full-time job, and then it becomes your only thing I would rather be doing. See, do you see that bumper sticker? I would rather be fishing, or I would rather be hunting. So these yogi says I would rather be with the God.
That becomes a second nature, actually.
Yes, so there's nothing fake about it.
So I think even though we came to the last point of Yoga Sutra, which really touches you, the Kaivalyam, where moksha, that's the ultimate goal. But the first one, which you also mentioned today, the Chitta Vritti Virodha,
Nirodha.
that Chitta Vritti Nirodha still comes in a play, because that's all that thing is possible if you have control your mind, discipline your mind.
Yes, so the modifications of mind you are halting. The chitta vritti
Vritti.
means
Yeah.
modification, nirodha
Nirodha.
means prevention. Means you are preventing that nirodha. So that
Yeah.
is the one sutra. If you understand, then the whole
Yeah.
Patanjali.
That's the
But
core
to
sutra of the
but to
whole.
make you understand, all these other options were given so that we know it very well.
Very good.
So that last lecture we will go over all sutras. Some of them are very important, which we want to memorize, and we will go over that quickly. It's like an exam. No, in exam, you go through the whole gynecology. You are reading it for 3 years, but towards the exam, you quickly flip the pages and see all these whatever you learned to put it in the recent memory. We all are very expert in taking exams. So if we use the same analogy here, we will have the diplomas one after the other.
If we have done the revision very well.
Yeah, but we did not even go to schooling for spiritual schooling. So if we do it, then of course
So,
it's 10 times easier than the secular knowledge. To learn alphabet, we took 3 years. So imagine this. That was not a picnic. So many 25 years we uh, wasted or invested in worldly knowledge, and how much we invested in spiritual knowledge? Little bit, if at all. So Malaji, any question? I see that.
I have a thought. So what I'm from listening to all of this, what I'm gathering is, um, it's not a easy path by any means. But like when that's why I think so many scriptures have written so much about it, and because there's different methods to get to it and all of that. But it is reassuring to know that you said, God, if you are following this path, or if you're in the quest of Atman, then God will be your torch and God will be the railing. That somehow gives reassurance that, you know what, you will have help along the way.
Yes,
Definitely, the path is challenging. There is no doubt about it. That's what I gather.
it is guaranteed, So and that's why satsang is very important. So everywhere satsang is emphasized, so that you must do that, and that will clear your mind, and you will enjoy your journey, So
Right, right. Yeah, no, totally, totally. That is true. It will help. Satsang will help. And like you said, manan of the thinking of the same thing, meditating upon that thought. Because sometimes I mean, I don't know, I felt that it's going to be very challenging to follow this whenever you listen to different things, you think, but then nothing worthwhile comes easy.
yeah,
So,
but it is not that difficult also. It is not difficult. It's the only thing is this to start is the difficult, because it's like you said, everything, you become PhD, it's easy. You learn arts, it is easy. Nothing is easy. You want to learn cricket is not easy.
Yeah.
Dancing is not easy. Nothing is easy. But we spend a lot of time and devotion to that. So if you do the same way, yes, you will get expert at these, and you will enjoy these also. And the benefit of these is eternal. Other benefits are just you have to leave it here. Well, this benefit is yours for good. And as you progress in one this field, the other field drops out automatically, because mind cannot handle two things. That is the beauty of the mind. If I am putting spiritual thoughts, all the worldly thoughts are being displaced. They cannot coexist. They can come one after the other, but they cannot coexist at the same time. And if you are doing it all the time you are spiritual and not worldly. So from worldly to godly you become. Percentages keep increasing. Got it? So it is two things can't happen at the same time. So
Like Kabirji said, to reach God, it's like 1,000 miles away.
yeah.
But the first thing to do is to take a first step.
Yes,
When you
yes,
take the first step, you might get to the end.
yes.
that is the other thought, that people who drop out, like kind of that example that you gave. So if you try and you take some steps towards it, but then you feel you don't reach where you're supposed to reach, but all that you carry on to your next birth if you end up with the next
Yes,
birth.
yes,
And then
yes,
you pick it up from there.
yes. So Arjuna had that question that God, what will happen? I go through this, and halfway, if I die, then I won't get worldly thing or godly thing. So what will happen? So God says, don't worry. प्राप्य पुण्य कृतान लोकान उषित्वा शाश्वती समा शुचिनाम श्रीमताम गेहे योग भ्रष्टो अभिजायते. If you die halfway, you will get a very suitable birth in a place, in a house of a yogi. अथवा योगिनाम एव कुले भवति धीमताम. Either you will be born in a multi-millionaire's house with a silver spoon, and you will be very comfortable, where you will get tempted to become this kind of yoga continue. Or if you are a very advanced soul, then you will be born in somebody who is a yogi. You will become his son, and you will go progress fast.
Like you, Yoga Bhrasta Atma.
Yeah, yeah, we all are. We all are. So, as Kabir ji says very nicely, भक्ति बीज पलटे नहीं, जो जुग जाए अनंत, ऊंच नीच घर जन्म ले, तो ही संत का संत.
Wow.
Got it?
Wow.
So bhakti bij palte nahi means whatever seeds you have put, bhakti bij palte nahi, jo jug jaye anant, no matter how many births pass by, ऊंच नीच घर जन्म ले, तोई संत का संत. Whether he will be in a beggar's place, or becomes Buddha and born in a palace, or Mahavir born in a palace, but he will pursue that path. Kabira. Kabira has done everything, People do PhD on Kabira and Mira, and they never went to college. Can you believe it?
Will you please repeat once more that Bhakti Bij Palte Nahi Jo Jug Jaye?
You have to do it for 100 times and then it becomes yours. Bhakti bij palte nahi,
Jo Jug
jo
Jaye.
jug jaye anant,
Anand. Okay.
ऊंच नीच घर जन्म ले, तोई संत का संत.
Wow.
He will not change.
Kabirji says very clearly that having knowledge or being spiritual with the knowledge, it has no meaning because knowledge alone can give rise to ahankar, and
But
me
once
and
you are,
mine. And
that
I was
you are
thinking
right.
about it, and I said, people who have achieved a lot. I'm thinking at the same time, thinking of Epstein files. I said, people who have achieved so much,
Forget
they
about
think
Epstein.
nobody
No,
can touch
they are
me.
the example of a rotten person in the
Right.
world.
This
In
I'm saying
the
that they get
world,
arrogant.
there are 7 billion people. How many these Epstein you found?
No, I'm just
So
saying, but arrogance.
very rarely,
Arrogance is
but
what makes
we
you.
all it makes us think that okay, world is no. So there are very rare samples like this, and we to know that they exist. We could care less about them.
No, we're not caring. What I'm trying to say is that having knowledge and achieved a lot, it should be with humility and simplicity.
Yes, yes,
Otherwise, it can give rise to arrogance, and then you say, "Oh, nobody can touch me. Nobody can do
yes,
anything." That's what
yes,
I'm trying
yes,
to come
yes.
down
No,
to.
then you are not called a Buddha. You are called Pandit. You are a Pandit, arrogant Pandit, and some of them are very nasty also. No. So they are not. They are knower of the scriptures. They are not. They are not yogis, or they are not Buddhas, or they are not Jivan Muktas, or liberated souls. They are college professor. No, there are theology departments. No, in so many colleges. No? So are they yogis? Are they liberated soul? No, but they know the scriptures. They can argue with you even better. No? So there is a difference. No?
So I think it's a Vidya without Vivek.
That's what I'm
Yes.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Humility
Discriminating.
is simplicity. That's what Kabira
Yeah,
said.
humility is
You need to
extremely
have that,
important.
otherwise.
And if you are a real, genuine person, you will become humble to the last drop. You say that, yeah, what do I care? No, just I don't care. They don't care. So they don't want to sound smarter than another person. You say, okay, no, you are great, master. So they wouldn't even argue with you. There are no sastras for these great yogis. No, they don't do that. They say, okay, no, you are right. They will leave you alone.
Same
Okay.
thing happened with the story about that. I think last time we talked about Mandan Mishra
Yes,
and Shankaracharya.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Same thing. So Mandan Mishra was knowledgeable, but he was arrogant, and as
yes.
you say, he was a pandit. He was not a yogi,
Mm,
and that differentiated right there with. And his wife, even though supported with very obnoxious chapters she put in,
mm.
still Shankaracharya persuaded to get the answer, and that's a yogi sign, be
So,
humble.
so Bhagwan Shankaracharya was an incarnation of Lord Shiva. So
Yeah.
so he went through the scriptural discussion and everything and tried to guide people and left so much material for us in the young age of 32 he did everything. See that?
Yeah.
So,
And as you mentioned about the birth and whatever we are carrying as a genetic or blueprint, that shows that the age of 3 and 7, he knew every all Vedas by heart. So that's how he got the birth there, and then he evolved from there.
there was one of the sutras, Janma Siddhi, Osat Siddhi,
Yes, yes, yeah,
Samadhi Siddhi. So
yes,
they will
yes,
go through those sutras again.
yes,
That
yes,
some are
yeah,
born, so they are
yes,
born with
born
it.
with it. Very good.
So, sorry, very briefly, briefly.
नहीं
I'll
नहीं,
try what.
आप तो बहुत ज्ञानी हो भाई, आप बता
नहीं
दो।
नहीं, I'll try. तो लेकिन मुनीष जी जो कह रहे थे ना अभी, वो मंडन मिश्र, वो अहंकार वाला नहीं था संदर्भ. एक्चुअली देयर वाज अ प्रिंसिपल डिफरेंस. मंडन मिश्र वाज नॉट इन फेवर ऑफ हैविंग संन्यास परंपरा. उनको
Yeah,
लगता था ये सनातन धर्म के लिए अच्छा नहीं होगा. वो एक अलग तरह की बात थी, बट ही वाज आल्सो रियलाइज्ड. आप उनको पढ़ेंगे तो ही, ऑफ कोर्स
it is. Yes,
शंकराचार्य
you're
का
right.
स्ट्रक्चर अलग था. हाँ, वो तो
You're right.
Yes,
But
yes.
at the end, he does say, okay, I'll join you. But before that, he challenged him that if you
हाँ
don't
नहीं नहीं,
join,
okay, so
we will.
here's the thing.
Uh,
Challenge came from Acharya Shankar. It
uh,
didn't come from him. Acharya Shankar actually came to him to have Shastrarth. So he accepted because there was no way out. And then the interesting story, Savita ji, is they had to have a referee.
uh,
So then he asked who would be the referee. The Acharya Shankar said his wife, who was
yeah,
very scholarly and all that. So,
yeah,
and then while she was listening to their interaction, she, of course, wanted her husband to win, but in the interest of truth, she declared Acharya Shankar as winner. So then he became a monk, Mandan Mishra, and I think वो सुरेश्वराचार्य या कुछ उनका नाम हुआ था बाद में.
yeah, yes,
जी,
yes.
So sorry, yeah.
No,
And
no,
Yeah.
you are very
You are
right. No,
so knowledgeable.
they are the rare giants in our scriptures, no? So,
अच्छा, एक और बात मेरे को याद आ गई. वो जो पहले माला जी कह रहे थे मुश्किल है ये, तो उसके रेफरेंस में अपने उपनिषद में एक वाक्य जो आता है कि क्षुरस्य धारा, है ना. तो ये,
Nisita,
हाँ,
it
निशिता
is like
दुरत्यया
walking.
दुर्गम
It's
पथस्तक कवयो वदंती. सो
yes,
इट्स लाइक वॉकिंग ऑन द रेजर्स एज. तो इतना है तो मुश्किल, तो मुश्किल तो है.
yes, yes,
थैंक
yes.
यू, थैंक यू.
But it is
Thank you,
enjoyable.
everyone.
It is so enjoyable. So that
I
is
know.
you have to
I'll be learning so much. Pardon at least my ignorance.
yes, it is.
But
It
we
is
are
very,
learning a lot.
yeah. There is nothing to lose, and it is very enjoyable. And then you found out another angle to look at the life.
Yeah.
That is so
That-
true. We
yeah.
do look at after listening to all of these sessions, you try to take some time out of your day to become antarmukhi. You want to keep that time that you want to be quiet, you want to look inwards. Earlier, you never thought about these things. At least I did not. I'm talking about my own
Yes.
self. And I think after listening to this, that little shift that I saw is I look for that time and I want that. And it is very peaceful and it is very still. You're not meditating as such, but just you're quiet and you're looking inwards. It gives you an amazing stillness. I mean, it's not describable, so I don't know. I might have not have the right words. So it is shifting. If you want to get to that and you feel that, oh, that few seconds of bliss can be forever, like all the time.
You see,
So yeah, there is.
I'm a regular doctor. Like you, I studied and lived life here in New York City. But I was fortunate to get interested in Bhagavad Gita. And today it is about 36 years. I have never left it. So it gave more and more and more joy, and now more and more understanding of the same slokas. Same slokas, they give you different meaning now. No?
Mhm.
And now you cannot put me back to the worldly thing again. So whatever I'm doing is these things. I'm only good for Zoom. And scriptures. That's it. And then do
Thank
whatever good you can do. That's it. But I remember that I used to park my car on the side, pull it on the side, and if there was a sign, the building for sale, and then I would put down the number and think of developing another office and another office. Now I see 10 signs, I said I could care less. तो free में देता है तो भी नहीं लेना है. So this is what happens. So, but I'm telling you, yes, right example. No, I used to pull on the side, look at this. Yeah, this is more suitable. This is more suitable. Good for investment. And then it died down to the extent that you don't really care.
and
So these changes happen and that makes you totally free. What did I lose? Nothing. So
And
you got
we are lucky in that sense that we have the basic necessities of life taken care of, even
yes,
the comforts all taken care of. In fact, we are
yes,
in that luxurious stage of life, so we
yes,
can afford to, otherwise we would be running around for the basics and everything. We had passed all that, thankfully. That I
yes,
think, I mean, some people might be not having all that and still lean towards this path, but for us it's easier because
easier.
not much to be distracted
Yes,
by on daily
that's
basis.
very, very true.
Who's left?
Yeah, no, that is, we are blessed. No? So,
Yes.
I think in every lecture we are learning something. I think for me, I feel that with all these talks, I feel the simplicity, the humility comes more. Nothing bothers me. Somebody says anything, it's okay, kya diya, koi baat nahi. It kind of, you develop that feeling. It's okay, it doesn't
and
matter.
Saitaji, you
Let
become
it
more
be and let
and
it go.
more useful to the creation.
Right.
Mm.
You are not destructive in the creation at all, and you want to be helpful for the God's creation, and you see everything as his creation, his ownership, and you do not care about your own ownership, and so you want to be helpful and leave the place better than you found. That's it.
Jivan Mukta.
Yes, and on the contrary, God says that I will feed the good desires in you.
Yeah.
When you are totally ran out of your own desire, God feeds the divine desires in you. So that's and gets the work done through you. He doesn't leave you alone, no. He puts good thoughts so that you will do good and good work.
You become instrument.
Yeah.
वो हम लाइव एग्जांपल आप में देख रहे हैं
है जी?
हाँ
Atul
जी
bhai.
what
Yeah.
you are saying we are seeing in you
Yeah. No,
we are
I'm lucky, and
I am trying to learn
but but
a
but
pinch of it
I feel that, and God says that it will happen. Another sloka, nahi gnane sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate tata swayam yoga sansiddham kalen atmanivindanti. You
वाह
will
वाह
know from your within that you are on the right path. That nahi gnanena sadrasam. There is nothing as good as knowledge. Nahi gnanena sadrasam pavitram, sacred, pavitram iya vidyate. Tata swayam yoga sansiddham kalen atmani vindanti. In due course, the person who is pursuing this path will know from within. अब उससे
36
अच्छा
होता है.
उससे अच्छा भगवान क्या बता सकते हैं बेचारे. एवरी श्लोका इज देयर, नो. आई थैंक गॉड टू भगवद गीता मॉर्निंग एंड इवनिंग. एवरी question, every idea that you need is stated in Bhagavad Gita.
Thank you,
Every.
everyone. I think it's getting a little late now.
Okay, all right.
Some of us have to go to work tomorrow.
I'm retired, so I forget.
I have surgery at 7 in the morning.
I may wake up at 9 o'clock. No, there's nobody is to bother me. No, I wake up
So
at
thank
3 o'clock anyway. But in the afternoon I sleep. No. So when I says that no, you kill the day. No, I say okay, that's good. उसका भी
thank you.
श्लोक का है.
No more. Thank you very
या
much,
निशा
Atul.
सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागृति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा
thank you
पश्यतो मुने. When the world is awake, the yogi is sleeping. No, so I don't care about what is happening in the afternoon. And when the world is sleeping at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm awake.
so
या
you
निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागृति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुने. Again Gita.
proved yourself yogi that's for sure
Whatever title you want to give, it is immaterial, no?
no it's a fact
Yeah, no, it's
Well, the
good.
good
So
thing
that
is
is good.
that
So nothing wrong with that, you know. So that is good that at least somebody is not cursing you and and thinking good about you. So
I think with every
that
lecture,
also Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, be very careful about your kirti. No, it means don't spoil your name. No, do good things so that people remember for good cause.
Thank you so much. I think every time we come up with, at least I learn every one or two lines which I apply in my life, and I feel more content, I feel more happy, and I think I feel we've achieved so much. So I can't remember those shlokas, but the meaning we try to
And I
live
thank
by.
you. I thank you for putting me into this Hindu Samaj temple and these Zoom classes.
Yeah, it's
I didn't
wonderful.
know.
You are
I knew as a gynecologist, and then it turned out to be a very
I'm
decent
sorry I
spiritual
couldn't deliver
lady.
you.
Very Jnani.
You give in a different
I have
way.
to tell you a joke here now. A friend of mine who's a gastroenterologist came with his mother to my office and tells, he's very funny, he's always cracking jokes, I mean, making us laugh. He tells my receptionist, I'm here to see Dr. Khosla. He says, oh, she's a gynecologist. He said, yeah, I want my pap smear. She looked at me, this man is crazy. I said, I know it. Anyway, now let's end the session. Thank you so much, everyone. I think we
Okay, thank
become
you,
like a
everyone.
family. I feel so close. I feel we can say whatever we want to say. It's a
Yeah.
good
Yes.
feeling. Thank you so much. We'll end our session by reciting our shloka.
Yeah.
Om
Om
Purnamad
Purnamada
Purnam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya
Purnasya
Purnmadaya
Purnameva
Purnmevavashishyate Om
Om
Shanti
Shanti
Shanti Shanti